Now we're live.
We're live?
Now we're live for real.
Good.
Sorry for the false alarm, everybody.
We're getting...
We're just doubling up on ad revenue.
It's good to be a little late. That's what NBA games do.
Yes.
You know how sometimes you're rushing home from work, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to make it in time for tip-off?
Yes.
And then you get home like 8:06, you're like, oh, they haven't even
Haven't
started
even
yet.
started.
Yeah, exactly.
Haven't even started.
So we're starting early if you think about it.
Yeah. Mocha was here, showed off the new emote. For everybody that didn't know, this week we got a new emote. It's Big John from the Kudadin Paradise, the spinny top game.
This is the best game ever.
It is the best game ever. I love it.
It's the only game you've played that I've liked. That I'm like, I know what's going on here.
So we're just getting the tweet off.
Miss
Miss
Room, baby.
Legend.
Miss Room's
Pika
the
with
goat.
no bread. Everybody get in here.
Dude, I love Miss Room.
I love Mr. more.
Oh.
One for each of you. No, two for me. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
We're getting the tweets off. We're getting the promo. Everybody's getting in here. Boom. Tweets are off.
How
Did
should
you
we
tweet?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I gotta retweet
Well, like
it.
15 minutes ago.
Well, that's perfect.
Maybe I should start doing it at the gun like you do.
No. It's
Oh.
good because we space it out.
Yeah.
Picking up.
Clogs the timeline a little bit.
Oh, I should just go to your name and get it. Boom, boom. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, did you deactivate again?
No, I'm activated right now.
You are? Okay, here we go. How's 10 glizzies in 2 minutes? We're going to get into that. What's going on, guys?
Dude,
are you coming from
should-
Twitter? Are you coming from Instagram?
Should we start with a
wart update? Yeah,
wart.
we got to do a
I
wart
guess we-
update. You're not
well-
going to call it a wart? What were you going to call it? Little Nick?
My little guy.
Yeah. My little guy.
Well, no Band-Aid anymore. We're living free.
Well, that's not enough. Last week it was breathing. Is the blister free too? Let's
Well,
go,
the blister is
Mr.
basically the blister is just kind of cool looking at this point.
The blister is
The
cool
blister's
looking?
cool looking because it's like it just looks like
It looks like a burn.
it looks like a burn. Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, exactly. I could say I was like fixing my furnace or something.
Your furnace.
So this is what I needed to tell you.
Okay.
Is
I'm gonna get off Twitter.
my health insurance kicks in on the 23rd, which is a week from today.
Okay.
So then I could just get this thing lasered off. They got wart lasers, right?
You're gonna laser the wart.
Yeah, well, I gotta go somewhere because clearly the over-the-counter shit's not working.
That's what you've been doing, just over the counter
Yeah.
freeze.
Hasn't worked at all. It might actually be like a new type of wart.
Yeah, it's like I was gonna say the virus in the Planet
Okay,
of the
from
Apes,
this
but it could be
angle, it's
any
crazy.
virus.
From this angle, it looks like the Great Plateau.
Yeah.
Not putting that on screen again.
I was gonna say it's like when the virus in the Planet of the Apes, like you killed any virus actually.
Yeah.
You kill part of it and there's one strain that lives on resistant to it and that spreads.
Yeah.
And that's the new wart. You killed all the weak wart and you're just breeding strong wart. You're
But it's
culturing
clearly
wart.
not contagious like you guys said, because you would have had
Warts
one
are
by now.
definitely contagious. No, we've been making it a huge point to avoid touching you.
But I've been
And-
touching your entire house on purpose.
Okay, well, I don't know if it's
Have a
like
wart?
living. I think it's skin to skin, not skin to surface.
No, because I do this, and I don't get it on this hand, so... You know what I mean?
That's because the wart likes you.
Oh, yeah.
It's already on you and it's growing. I don't know, like... do you know, like, what... A wart is, like, a thing with roots, right? Does it have roots? It's like rooted in your skin.
Yeah.
So, why... like... It's contagious, but
No, it's
even
not.
If
It's
yes,
not.
It is.
No, it's
It is.
not.
It's skin to skin contagious. I looked
Put
it
up a
up.
poll.
But a poll is not. We looked it up. It's contagious.
You can look up anything though.
But here's the thing. In fact, if it wasn't contagious, would you want to be touching something that, like, had roots in your skin? You know what I mean? Someone else's. It's rooted in someone else's body. You want to be touching. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not watching anymore. The stream is
screaming.
Wart Talk only. That's how we open every stream now.
Well, next week will be the final one because I obviously can't get a wart laser off on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But the day after I can.
What do you mean?
So my health insurance starts on the 23rd.
So you're gonna go the day after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'll bring like a camera or something.
You should.
Yeah.
We should just do the live from there.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was trying to think of like, well, we could talk about it offline because I had ideas for the Impractical Joker's punishment, which were like over 10% of the way there. It's gonna be epic.
You want to let me give you a wart?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna lick your wart until I get one in my mouth.
Okay, no more wart talk.
No more wart talk. Madrogo said he's grossed out. Everybody, we're losing subscribers. There's a poll started that says no more wart, yes or yeah. It's 50-50 right now. And the poll is ending in about 1 second. All right. Yes. Okay, so that means more wart talk because you're supposed to say no.
No.
Just joking. Well, okay, so did people notice at the hot dog eating contest you were at?
Did people what?
Notice that you had a wart. Maybe you should have flaunted it more. And people.
No.
Nick did a hot dog eating contest today.
Yeah, I'm not in great shape. In case you haven't noticed, I'm really tired right now.
You're really tired?
I have no spunk to me.
It was exhausting.
Because I ate 10 hot dogs in 2.5 minutes.
That's not bad.
And I got sixth.
Sixth.
There was 5 people who ate. Because the thing was,
Jeez,
it wasn't an amount thing. It was a speed one. So everyone got 10 hot dogs.
First to 10.
And it was the first to finish all 10.
What was top time? Do you know?
58 seconds.
Holy cow!
I was on hot dog like 5, and I look over and this dude is done. He's like licking. It was disgusting. And so, this is the thing. There was a contest at 1 p.m. There was a contest at 3 p.m. We showed up. It was like a street vendor fair, right? So buns. You had to finish the buns too. I was dipping them in water.
Course.
I was doing full chestnut. But anyway,
Buns Bistro. Yep.
It was just like a street vendor Troy event.
So it's like the whole. Oh, so it was in Troy, and just like.
Yeah.
It was in Troy, New York.
And then one of the vendors
Troy, New
was
York.
hosting a hot dog.
Okay,
contest.
so just like.
So
cool
I went
outside.
up there just to hang out, like have a beer, try some food. So at like 12:30, I had lunch, and guess what I had for lunch? Two hot dogs. 2 hot dogs and a taco.
So did you tell
So I had
them?
2 hot dogs and a taco.
You should have only had to do 8 at the contest then.
That's a good point. And I had 4 beers. So I had.
Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh, you're cracking me up.
So
man.
I had 2 hot dogs and a taco and 4 beers. But then I watched the 1 p.m. one, and they all did it. And I was like, that looks easy. I could do that.
Oh, so they had them back to back. It's just
They had a 1 p.m. one and a 3 p.m. one.
Okay.
So I watched the 1 p.m. one, which my brother
Piece
and
of
his
cake.
partner were in. And
Anthony says you have to.
I'm going to get to that.
You have to prep to expand the stomach. That's what
and
the pros do. Yes.
Everyone in the 1 p.m. one was awful. Like, some of them were struggling to finish them all because there was 5 minutes you got total. And some of them were struggling to get all 10 in 5 minutes. And I'm like, this is my competition. It's over.
Yeah.
So I signed up for the 3 p.m. one. And I'm trying to, like, because I'm, like, full. Because I have 4 beers, 2 hot dogs, and
You're
a
trying
taco.
to let it...
So I'm trying to, like, burp. Like, I'm, like, bouncing around for 2 hours going like this. And, like, taking deep breaths and trying to let it out. But then I was thinking, this is like I just did batter's practice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, do you think Joey Chestnut is going raw? Like, you think he's starving himself up until the contest? There's no way, right?
Impossible.
You think he's having 2 hot dogs and a taco and 4 beers?
No.
So maybe
More.
like a middle
He's having
ground. You think he's
more.
having more?
Yes. Maybe
I don't
not
know.
day of, but he's got to prep, like, that just turns into your, like, bulk meals. Like, you have to do stunts leading up to it, you know what I mean? Kind
The
of like
day of?
No, not the
Oh.
day of. I mean, like, prepping, like, the months before. If you're a competitive eater, you probably do it year round. You know what I mean? Like how Matt Stoney's always putting a video out. He's like, oh, I did the McDonald's like everything on the menu challenge. I did this. Like they probably have to do that to maintain.
But I just do that as my life. So, anyway, I took So I guess all the pros signed up for the 3 p.m. one.
That's what I was gonna say.
That was just
I was gonna say, like, if you think you probably could have won the 1 p.m. even having lunch.
I would have cleared out the 1 p.m.
Even having lunch. I could have done.
Yeah. So 3 p.m. The woman, the MC was like, I was all the way on the right. She's like, wow, this guy on the right looks like a pro. He's dipping his buns in the water and everything. So in my head, I'm like, I must be cooking.
Yeah.
But then like 40 seconds later, she's like, we have a winner. And I look over and I'm like, what the fuck? 58 seconds? You couldn't save that for the 1 p.m. guys?
Yeah.
So then I just made it like a free lunch.
Yeah, then you just took your time.
Hot dogs. Yeah.
So for 58 seconds, you said you were at how many hot dogs?
5.
5.
And then the other 5 were...
You did the 5 just as fast. So you're saying...
Well, a minute and a half. I took a little longer on the last 5.
That's a casual lunch. 5 hot dogs in 58 seconds is very
It's
impressive.
ridiculous.
It is. How hot were they? How hot
they were fresh out of like the cart, so they were pretty hot.
Okay.
So... what would you guys do? Because the strategy I was going with was meat, meat, and then I would shove the entire bun in the water and then do the bun. So it was meat, water. What would you do? Would you have separated them like I did? Or would you have just tried to shove the whole thing in?
It's tough because you could dunk the whole thing in, but maybe it's more efficient. I think maybe what you do is you take 2 hot dogs out of the bun. And
that was my mistake. I should have done 2.
You have to push 2 because you're same stuff. Then you got 2 buns. Exactly what you did. I think just double it up.
But this is the thing. Since I turned like 25, I'm bad at swallowing.
Every
meal, I think I'm gonna die.
Every meal you think you're gonna die?
Like 5 seconds worth. I stopped eating steak because of that.
You stopped eating steak.
I can't swallow steak. No,
because I'm scared. Mistron says separate is probably better. I guess you have to maximize lubrication. Madroga says I compress it with my powerful hands and then take it like a pill.
Me and my brother were strategizing. We were like, what if you took all the buns and smushed them into one ball
and
got that down first?
Yeah,
because the buns is the hard part. The wieners are nothing.
Yes.
So because I feel like that's like a rock though.
It's gotta be impossible,
right?
It'd be like you got like the jawbreaker from Ed, Edd n Eddy in your mouth. It's like,
and then you're just like for 6 minutes going.
That's gonna just gum up the works.
Oh my god! But I felt like I was really cooking like the first 5.
Yeah.
So I feel like I just needed to tweak my strategy a little bit.
Sure.
But this fucking guy must have been a pro. He must
nuts.
look for hot dog eating contests.
Yeah.
Because the rest of us were just people who were there. What was
second? Do you know? Or do you not?
First was easily first. I know that.
First was easily
And then they started saying, oh, we have another finisher. But she was like being nice. She was like, you're all winners as long as you finish.
Yeah.
I don't even think there was a prize.
The hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
The dog. Can you imagine fully dressing the hot dogs for
I was
like,
going to say, can you imagine a guy who just wants a free lunch? So he gets there and he like takes 9 minutes to take condiments out of his pockets.
Yeah. It's like, I need a spoon for the relish, and he's just waiting for a judge to bring one over.
But this is what gave me pause, is they make you sign a waiver. Because when I'm in my personal life, I'm like, of course my decisions can have consequences.
Right.
But when it's a sanctioned event, you have to tell me there's no chance I can die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They say...
you're going to die.
They're basically saying, like, we're telling you this is a hazardous and dangerous thing to do, to shove all these hot dogs in your mouth. Do not do it if you're not in great shape. And it was like, I was like checking all the boxes. Yeah. I was like a pregnant woman on a roller coaster. But then I was thinking, if I was going to have a heart attack, in public view of everyone is the best place to have it, right?
Correct.
Or if I'm choking.
They got to have
someone there would have helped me. I actually don't think they did.
You think it's just...
They had a few bicycle cops.
Wow.
They probably wouldn't have done anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there a doctor? Is there a doctor at the street fair?
So then I was like...
Everyone's fanning you.
I did like 2 laps around the block thinking like, is this going to kill me? Is this worth it?
Yeah.
But then I so wanted to win, and then I didn't even come close to winning, so...
Afterward, okay, what was the aftermath like? Did it settle with it? Like, how long did it take to, like, settle in your stomach?
Well, immediately after, I was fine. I think right now is the worst it's been.
Sure, yeah.
Like, I don't know if I got 2 hours in me, bro. I'm just...
That's okay. I understand. I always think about, like, what do those people do, man? Like,
I was such a rush to... And you know what
like,
you don't think about is the people watching you makes you a little shaky.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But...
Is it like so it's like a stage?
It was a folding table. It was the most ghetto shit. Yeah.
It wasn't...
And they just gave you 2 solo cups of water.
Wow.
There wasn't, like, sponsored cups or
anything.
anything.
They're, like, dipping their finger in it, bringing it over.
But...
That's cool.
I think, you know what? You know where I would really cook, I think?
Where?
Maybe, like chicken wings. Or, like, a grilled cheese. I don't like... I think there's too much strategy with hot dogs. Everything else is just, like, fucking eat it. With hot dogs, everyone has their own little...
Their tech.
Like, yeah, because what you said when you put 2 in the mouth at the same time, I should have done that.
Well, now
that's
you
what
know.
you... I feel like you would have taken, like, 20 minutes.
I would have taken 20 minutes?
Yeah, to eat 2.
To eat 2? You don't think... Nightwing, what's up, bro? We're talking about a hot dog contest.
Because you really take your time when you eat.
Yes, but
do you think if
I
you
can
pedal to the metal, you would have...
I could definitely eat them fast, yeah.
Should we have one right now?
I don't have any hot dogs.
You don't have 20 hot dogs on it?
Also, you want to do 10 again for the third
I
would. Dude, I think if it came down to it, I could definitely house some dogs.
Well, it's still the middle of summer. We could find one.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I want to do one. Yeah. Because, I don't know, I can skull a Groog pretty well. If it's just... You know, if you have the goal in mind, what you got to do, if I got, like, 10 hot dogs, it's like, just get in the zone.
I think the beer messed me up.
Absolutely.
You know what's funny? I only had 2 beers before signing up. I had 2 after. Like, I was just like...
Nightwing said glick eating contest.
I, like, knew I was in a competition and had 2 more beers. Just because I can't control myself.
Oh, you had the beers after you signed up.
I had 2 before I signed up and 2 after I signed up.
No, you said...
And this was like a festival, so these are like real beers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like weird names and stuff.
Dude, if you didn't have just those 2 beers, I could see you finishing 4th or 3rd.
I know.
Or 3rd. Like, easily. The beer definitely had an effect.
No, I disagree. I think it calmed me.
Well, that's
you know when you're drunk and you really want food?
I agree. Listen, I think if that plus outweighs the minus of having the beer in your stomach, then yeah, sure. But you gotta weigh that.
I don't know if it did. I have to go over the notes.
That's a numbers game. Cecilia, first message already auto-modded. She said, "What up, whores? I'll allow it. I'll allow it."
You want to know what else was funny?
What up? Whores reminds me of a topic we're going to get into later, Cecilia.
You want to know what else was funny? I can't wait for that.
Okay, not in the way we all hope and dream
I was
of.
obviously telling the babes I was in a hot dog eating contest.
Of course.
But how I was wording in the hour leading up to it, because I was excited, I was telling people, I was saying, this was the phrase I was using, I'm entered in a hot dog eating contest. If it's something that happened to me, and not something I did, I didn't say I entered myself into a hot dog eating contest. I said I'm entered, as if they were just picking people, like the Gobbler Fire, and I had no choice. They putting me out, they're like, "You." Like, oh, well, I guess I got to eat 10 hot dogs.
I've been nominated for the impossible to turn down. And then, like, after 10, well, I mean, now you're gonna be like, bring my body back by the end of 90 minutes. Yeah, by the end of 90 minutes, you're gonna be like,
I'm like coughing up a glizzy. My mom runs through the crowd. She's like, "That's my boy."
Cecilia says she's excited for you if it hasn't happened yet, but if it did happen, did you win?
No, I got 6th out of 18.
And his time was 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes.
Yep.
2.5 minutes. So that means 5 other pros, we'll call them.
Disgusting animals.
5 other Hogwarts
because I'm like right at
students.
the sweet spot. Because mine just, I feel like...
That's fire. Hell, it is really good. Like, let's give it up for Nick. That is top 8. Top 6.
Yeah,
2.5 minutes
third,
is not...
yeah.
That's not bad. How many people were in?
18.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Woo!
But I think those other 5 people are disgusting. It's like I'm at the sweet spot.
You're the perfect
I'm just like
sweetie
I'm an impressive guy who was like, oh, a hot dog eating contest. I should do this.
Yeah.
Then these other 5 were just freaks.
Yeah. Everything is more fun unless you like get really good at it and it's not fun anymore for me.
Right.
Yeah. And also you're just better at it. Yeah. If you're built for it, you're built like that.
But
no prep. Now that's super up there out of 18. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's a solid 3-1 in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
I have footage of it. I'll tweet it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have footage?
Yeah.
Really?
There's even, I probably like lost 10 seconds because in the footage when they announced the winner after like 58 seconds, I like go like this and like,
oh my god. Yeah, that's a time loss.
Yeah,
that's a time loss, dude.
Real amateur shit.
Dude, yeah, if you tweet it by the end of the stream, we'll pull it up and watch it.
Okay, I gotta edit it.
Okay.
I don't like the way
problem.
I looked at it.
No problem.
Well, because you have to. Okay,
Respect.
the big flaw with this, because I was looking it up after strategies and stuff. The big flaw is that they had everyone sitting down. When I guess you're supposed to like be up.
You
and,
are
like,
supposed to be standing, and
you're supposed to be.
You shake everything down.
Right. Like Joey Chestnut does that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so weird. You had to be sitting like they had folding chairs and you just sat down.
Yeah,
that's messing you up. Sitting down is a pie eating contest, not a hot dog eating contest.
I could do pie, maybe watermelon too.
You can do pie, but then pie, the thing that make it hard is the no hands thing, and then it's like it's up to them. Like you got to clear the dish. Sometimes it slips around.
You just have to bury your face in a pie.
You just have to bury your face in a pie.
And eat it real good.
You could say that. Well, if we get the video edited, Cece says, share with the rest of the class. I hope you brought it up for the rest of the class. Enough pie, enough dogs. I used to have pie eating contests with myself, Mr. It says. Oh, dear. I think that's awesome.
What's your most... Because one time at night, I just made 12 grilled cheeses and ate them all. What's your most amazing feat with food?
Most amazing feat with food. Baseline, I'll say I've eaten a whole pizza, like large or extra large pizza, actually. So 10 slice pizza, crust everything. I've done that.
Well, that's the thing about pizza. What are you gonna do?
It's
put
like
it
4
away?
or 5 times. That's the
You
thing.
gotta save
You
it
put
for
it in
later?
the fridge. It's
Yeah.
not, it's not as good. But then when you put it in the fridge, I guess you can eat it cold. I don't know.
Nah.
Nightwing said, "What do you mean by that?" It's a misread about the pie. It wasn't about speed, Mr. said, just whether I could do it. Usually I could. Respect, Mr.
Well, pie's another thing. What are you gonna do? Put it away and have it later?
Yeah. What about like Chinese takeout? You can't put that away.
No,
Nothing. You can't put anything away.
I'm off Chinese food.
How many plates have you done at the buffet?
Ooh, actually, I could...
Half a dozen easy. Right?
Half a dozen. That's like...
That's easy.
That's not
like
even
baseline
trying.
to get in the conversation.
Yeah, that's like... You're barely breaking even if you get half a dozen.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you got to get 2 bowls, no matter what you put in it. It's easy to carry.
Yeah,
well... Nightwing says, while high, ate a whole thing of ice cream and Oreos. You mean like a whole thing of... What was it, like cookies and cream ice cream, like the Oreos were in the ice cream? Or no, you just had a whole pint of ice cream and a whole like sleeve of Oreos? Not sleeve, package.
I always
crazy.
You ever eat a whole thing in one and then you look and it says like service per container like 8, and you're just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Insane.
Like the Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah.
That's like a one sitting.
Exactly. Yeah. I know. It's like 2 cookies.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I could eat a lot, and the thing is that because I eat a lot real slow, I think I could eat more really fast. You know, because they say you eat less if you slow down with stuff. That's like because your body
is
like
that true?
Yeah, you
That's
get full
fascinating.
faster. You get full faster.
So you
but
should just go ham.
I should. Well, the thing is that I can do it, I think, and I have done like stuff like the pizza thing pretty fast, and like also just like, I don't know, just random other like tons of plates of food, but then you get sick after. You know what I mean? Like if you eat too fast, like I feel like I can eat a lot more than I do, but I would totally get sick after.
Well, that's fine.
Like how you feel now? You said you feel.
I feel great now.
You feel great now. Nightwing says 3 plates at a buffet.
That's nothing.
Those are rookie numbers. You're gonna get those numbers up. Oh my goodness. No, speaking of whores, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
I'm at this party. There weren't whores there, but and I don't like saying that word even. And we're gonna talk about this. What is this whole Gen Z variant of the game King's Cup, where they have different rules? Have you ever played King's Cup where people are like, okay, 4 isn't floor, 5 isn't 5, and 6 isn't 6. I'm just saying the numbers. Dude, speaking of whores, okay, in this variant, instead of 4 being floor, 4 is whores. Instead of 5 is guys, 5 is drive, and they have like a new mini game. 6, instead of chicks, is dicks. To me, it's just an excuse to swear, which is, or just say nasty words, bad words.
Wait, so 6 is dicks, which just means people with
that
dicks?
Means guys. So they've replaced 5 as guys with 6 as dicks. They've replaced 6 as chicks with 4 as whores, and now 5 for guys is drive. This like mini game thing. So.
Wait, can you? Yeah, explain.
I'll explain the mini game because the mini game is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But so basically, you say vroom, and you go one way, and so say we're playing.
So you're driving an actual car.
Everybody's driving a car. It's not a generation thing. I've heard it both ways. Besides the drive thing, then you haven't heard it both ways, Padrone. Cecilia already loves it. No, I'm telling you, this is like the Gen Z variant. It's like. So you say vroom, and everybody goes on like one direction, right? So I say vroom, pass it to you. You have to say vroom and keep it going the same way, or you say skirt and you go back the other way, and then the other person has to keep doing that. So
are you drinking during this, or are we just pantomiming?
We're just pantomiming a car. Yeah,
I don't understand. What
drive sounds like a very scary mini game to play while drunk.
How does it end?
I know it ends when someone messes it up. So you have to say vroom to keep the thing going the same direction, or skirt to change direction. So I'll say vroom, you say vroom, and you go this way. Or you say skirt, it goes back to me. I have to say vroom, and it keeps going this way.
So you immediately have to say one of those.
Yes.
Okay.
And the whole thing, this is the second party in a row with these people where they wanted to change the rules on me like this. So I asked, like, what's the whole thing? And they're like, they said flat out it's fun to say horse. And the drive mini game they like. But, like, and maybe the drive mini game is kind of fun, and they're like, but you don't have to do, floor for 4 is stupid. You just point to the ground. But they haven't replaced 7 as heaven where you point up.
Yeah,
It's stupid,
I was wondering if they were...
You have to do it fast, Cecilia, yes. You don't have any buffer, no buffer at all.
Because I was wondering, when you first said that, I thought they were trying to make it outside like the gender binary, so they were getting rid of the gender code.
No, they're not doing it at all.
But then they didn't do that. Yeah.
They said dicks
because
and whores.
Okay, and also like whores and dicks are not opposites.
They're not.
You could have a dick and be a whore.
Yeah.
So poor me, I would be drinking all night. It's actually less progressive.
It is less progressive. That's what I'm
backwards.
saying. It's less progressive.
Oh, man, the kids are not all right.
The kids are not all right. We need to skip to Gen AA. All the Z's, go home. Go home to mommy. Oh. No, it's definitely the opposite of progressive and inclusive, LMAO, yes. But it's also just a game. Just a game? That's the thing. Well, the other thing was that, don't you want to say whores instead of girls? I don't know.
What is this?
And I was like, what is... I don't like saying like bad words. Immediately when someone goes to swear, it's like, that's not...
Okay, yeah, because
people in my high school said dicks and whores for King's Cup. Okay, Madrone, and you didn't have the drive mini game, and also that's just nasty. You had a bad... Okay, so what was your extra mini game besides drive?
Right, because you can't have guys.
What did you guys have for
dicks,
5?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's not a Zoomer thing is all.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're
missing. You're getting hung up on the dicks and horse
the puzzle
thing.
together.
It's all together.
There's a gaping hole in your story that you're not acknowledging.
What did you guys do for 5? Don't remember. Okay.
Like you said, vulgarity to me,
yes,
in and of itself, is never funny.
No.
Just being vulgar for the sake of being vulgar.
Right.
Because I've thought this about Cards Against Humanity, and we've talked about this. That is the least funny game ever invented.
Exactly.
Only losers show up to a party with Cards Against Humanity. No, I'm serious. Your least funny friend in the world.
Yeah.
Say, you guys want to play Cards Against Humanity.
So seriously, I love saying the word whores because I am one. JK, I like saying it in a powerful way. I support whores.
Yeah, we all do.
We love.
Yeah.
We love everyone. I don't know what is. I agree 100%.
I don't know have we talked about Cards Against Humanity?
No.
The way people... And it would be fine, the game would be fine if people played it correctly. No one picks the best answer.
Right.
They pick what they think is the funniest card, which is not the fucking game.
It's exactly. It doesn't fit. Everything, like in the context of the prompt, it never fits. It never fits.
Never. They'll just be like, oh, cream pie. I pick cream pie.
Yeah, exactly. They're like...
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity was fun when we were 18 years old.
Or summer in 2014. It's just like, everyone turns into moist critical. They're all like, oh, yeah, don't you wish you had like a cum shot, like, stupid MILF whore boot? It's like, oh yeah, that's real funny, Clark, or whatever your name is. They're gonna pick your card.
I like sit there fuming the entire time.
Yeah.
because people think they should get credit for having a funny card.
Yeah.
The credit is that your card fits the prompt. You didn't write the fucking card. That's why
exactly, you didn't write
it. They're just like, wasn't that
so funny?
Wasn't that so good? Wasn't that so good, my card? That was so good, right? Oh my god.
And don't you think people do that with the like Quiplash too?
They do.
And that's to the next level because they have
you are writing, and then
you're
just
choosing
to do that.
And
they just say come.
Yeah.
My god. I hate those games because if we had real standards for how we play, I'd win every single time. But apparently people love living shameful lives. I don't know.
No one ever gets soap in the mouth anymore.
No, I did.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And now I follow the rules.
Speak the king's English. Don't step out of line. No vulgarity here.
That's why I kind of liked Apples to Apples, because it wasn't vulgar.
Yeah.
So people just had to play by the rules.
Exactly, yeah.
No, Miss True, this is the thing. I love Quiplash.
Yeah, Mr. and asks, you're not a fan of Quiplash?
I love Quiplash. I think...
He said Hatsune Miisho, Nick, when they don't pick his card in Cards Against Humanity. And Madrogo said, I played Quiplash with you guys and just wrote Matt Spindley every answer. One every time. I didn't even know who that was. Hate that game.
Don't hold me to that.
Yeah, don't hold us to that.
We were outnumbered.
But yes, Madrona is speaking the truth. And when he says you guys, it wasn't like me and Nick in a room.
No,
it was just a circle of friends that knew that guy.
Yeah. I love Quiplash. If I could play
Quiplash is fantastic.
With smart people. I cannot stand.
Just people that will take, just for the sake of, they're playing the game.
Yeah, but with some
playing with you want a challenge and you want people to understand
playing with pride. Not you don't have to your first you don't have to just giggle and be like, oh, that must be the answer because I giggled you sound like a baby.
Yeah. Madroga said it was like you two and like two other people, probably our shadows. It was just us.
Yeah.
And then he says he has a photo of it. I'm pretty sure. LOL. Yeah. Dude, if you have a photo, if you can find a photo, you should send it to us. Cece said, wait, what's Quiplash? Oh, you never play Quiplash? It's one of the Jackbox games. It's like
it's Cards Against Humanity, except you write your answers.
Look for it. Thank you,
and you play it on the TV.
Yeah,
you write your answers on your phone, and then they show up on TV, and then the crowd picks the best one.
Yeah.
I do like the crowd vote though.
Yeah.
I wish that was Cards Against Humanity would be better with a crowd vote
instead of
one tyrant, 114 IQ moron.
Well, I think that's okay. It's just a different game, and it's again. Maybe it's harder to enforce, but it's okay if you play by the game because then you can sort of play to someone's sense of humor. But again, there has to be a baseline, like you said, of, I don't want to say intelligence, I just want to say humor sense and respect for the game.
Yeah, I'll say intelligence.
Okay. F it, intelligence.
It's my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest problem in the world right now.
People don't take Quiplash and Cards Against Humanity.
Joy.
So they said we have to play it. We'll play it. Maybe we'll get a stream game going one night. We can all play. We can play stream.
We should do a 24-hour stream, and we'll have like little blocks set up.
Yes. Yeah.
You'll set aside 2.5 minutes for me to eat 10 hot dogs. 2 hours for Quiplash.
2 hours for Quiplash. Then an hour on the John.
Yeah. And you would have to entertain them for an hour.
Yeah. Well, we'd have to take turns. History says, love all these ideas. Hell yeah. We said he will. Yeah, hell yeah. We all have to be on Discord, though. We'll all get on. We'll all get on, of course.
That'll be like a fall stream, right? Sometime in autumn.
Is this
a 24-hour stream? No, I'm saying because it's summer. We want to do stuff. You know what I mean? We don't want to be in your room the whole time.
That's true. Oh, CC with the Coke Wig fast pet. Fast pet. I got a freaking YouTube content ID today. I was up all night editing just videos, and then I'm uploading the last week's NickyBato episode. Gets content ID'd. You want to know what? Guess what it got content ID'd for? 10 seconds. It was a 10-second content ID of Britney Spears' "Hit Me Baby One More Time," and it was Brandon singing it. No, I'm joking.
No, it wasn't Brandon singing it.
It wasn't Brandon singing it. I'm joking. It was when we played the Victor Wembanyama clips, Mr. and Britney. Yes. It was when we played the Victor Wembanyama clip. It's like 10 seconds of just Victor getting dunked on. Me and Nick are laughing, talking, and it's a reaction to a 10-second clip, content ID'd. And it was like, okay, this won't affect your visibility on the video, but if you ever wanted to monetize the video, just for that 10 seconds, SME, which I think is that Sony Music Entertainment? Is that what it is?
It must be Sony. It's Sony.
They would own the whole video and get all the ad revenue on it. So I was like, F it, I'm not playing this game with YouTube anymore. It wasn't Twitch, Cecilia. It was YouTube. It was YouTube. I was like, I'm not playing this game with YouTube anymore. It's all bots. Remember we'll talk about the NickyBato movie in a second, but I was just like, I'm not gonna fight it. I know it's reaction, fair use, and it's 10 freaking seconds. I was just like, mute the section of the video. That's it. I'm done. So the YouTube version, Spotify version has it. YouTube version, it's that 10 seconds is muted because I'm not doing it. YouTube is a cesspool. F them, Cecilia. Heck yeah.
But how irresponsible as a company are they not checking this stuff?
I know. Well, that's the thing is that we did this with the NickyBato movie, which we just took off YouTube because we didn't want to compromise the art.
Yeah.
That it had the one song that was like flagged for copyright. I've used that song in another video, and that video is still up on YouTube to this day. And I filed the same response, same claim, everything, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna, I don't want to be, constantly complaining about this, but it is a legit problem. It's like, I took it as far as I could with YouTube. They rejected it. They said the claim is this, whatever. I reached out to Sony directly. They're never going to read my email, you know what I mean? But I sent it, and then YouTube has an option where they're like, listen, if you seriously think that this is cool for the platform, you can, just vote to keep it up, and if there's a problem, Sony will, take legal action against you. And I said, you know what? Have Sony sue me. Sony sue me. YouTube got in the middle, and they said, whoa, buddy, I don't think you have a case. We're going to just stop you right there, save you the legal trouble. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's my problem now. Butt out.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of that option.
But that's also, That's a weird ultimatum because they do that. Cops do that with traffic tickets too. They say, plead guilty now and just pay us.
Yes.
Or you can have your fair, constitutionally given right to a trial.
Yeah.
But I'll be more determined that you lose.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? That's insane.
Exactly.
And also, isn't the spirit of, like, copyright laws it would be that we're not just uploading Britney Spears' music and getting views off of it.
Exactly.
Which is clearly not what we did.
Right. Exactly. Exactly, dude. We're not doing a Hit Me Baby One More Time. That's it. We're not doing a Hit Me Baby One More Time. We're doing NickyBato, and we're reacting.
Start uploading to Spank Bang instead of YouTube.
NickyBato's the future of NickyBato's on Spank Bang. I wonder what their like monetization policies and stuff are. Like, how do they treat the creators on like Pornhub and Spank Bang? Do you get like ad revenue? You must. Do you think you get ad revenue like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they allow anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
It's not even revenue that goes to Britney. No, it's not. I'm sure if Britney saw it, she would be so happy that, you know, we're on Britney's side. We love Britney.
We did a whole episode about Britney last week, and this week, in between, she announced she's dropping a book.
Really?
We couldn't have planned this because this is brand new news.
Yeah. Yeah. It's brand new news.
It's news.
Book.
Yeah.
Mr. said my brain heard Nick V Baby one more time. She'd be psyched. Hell yes, easy. The book. What's the book about?
It's about
It's about Britney Spears, baby.
Yeah, so Brandon was telling me it's about... This is the Britney pod now.
Yeah.
The Britney pod from two guys who don't know that much about her.
Yeah. Britney is the new 50 Cent this season.
He said it's about all the secret relationships she had when she was famous.
Oh.
So it could get juicy.
That's great. I think we should do a live read.
Yeah. This book to me is what everyone thought that Hillary Clinton tell-all was.
Yeah. Oh my god.
History altering election. I sleep.
Yeah.
Britney Spears' prime. Real shit.
Real shit. Dude, and you know what? You know what was funny about last week's episode? If you check out the thumbnail for last week's episode on YouTube, it is from the 2008 VMAs where Jonah Hill did a skit with Britney Spears. She was opening for the VMAs and she's like getting ready and Jonah's like in the backstage room with her and they're like looking in the mirror. They have that kind of shot and he's like, okay, I'm going to handle this. Don't worry about it. We got some relaxation techniques for you. And he's like, just close your eyes. And Britney's like, okay. And he's like, take deep breaths. And then Jonah's like, okay, now I'm going to get real close to your face, and I'm going to give you a kiss on the lips. And she's like, what are you doing? And then it just, like, cuts from there.
I don't think it was a skit.
It wasn't a skit. That's how big a creep this guy's always been.
Jonah Hill should be skinned
That's
alive.
how big a creep this guy's always been. Cece said, also, I resubbed and your little counter didn't go up. No! What the heck? I don't know why. I don't know what happened, Cece. You just did? I'm sorry. We're gonna do a manual alert for you in a second, CC.
Did Sasha Grey give you a shout out?
Yeah.
The real Sasha Grey?
Yeah.
No.
I swear, Madroga was there. Mokuba was there.
How did you pull that off?
I rated her stream.
Oh.
After one night of streaming this past week, we raided. So raid, you just bring everybody who's viewing. You just jump over to Sasha Gray's stream, and so it just pops up in her chat like, NickyBato is raiding your stream with this many viewers, and she just gave me a shout out.
Oh,
yeah, it was nice.
Sweet girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Cece. I'm gonna give you a manual alert anyway. I'm gonna cook it up right now. Like we said, oh, that's crazy. You guys ready for manual alerts? I'm gonna move the OBS over. You guys can hear the noise, right? Let's see. Here we go. There we go. Even better. Cecilia, thank you for resubbing! Woo! Another month or 2 or 3 or however much of being a baby Bato Pop. CC, we love you. We appreciate you. You're a legend. Thank you so much. Woo! Hell yeah, you're a legend, CC. Alright, we got the manual alerts queued up now.
Dude, I haven't been on Twitter an entire week.
A whole week?
And I don't think I've missed anything.
I don't think you have.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens when you're off.
Nothing would happen unless I'm viewing it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think about that too. And that's why it's like, you know... No, never mind.
I think I've lost the desire for live shit happening.
But don't say that. Our whole fucking new format is live.
I mean, like, I mean, participating with the world. Like, I like our bubble. I don't want to participate with the whole world and react to every single thing that fucking happens. Because I'll hear about it.
There you go, yeah. Mr. says something pretty solid. He said, when you've gone a day, you've missed everything. When you're gone a week, you miss nothing. That's so fantastic. Really I love that, Mr. Profound. I love that. And Cece just said nothing happened this week, truly.
We've been spoiled this past month.
Yeah. Yeah, this is back to normal.
Yeah.
It's like when you're high, and when you're not, you're low. When you're normal, you're low now. That's what it is.
So, I want to get your opinion on something.
Okay. Of course.
It jarred me when I heard it, and I didn't know, because I've seen this movie so many times as a kid, but I was watching TitaNick this week.
Okay.
In the opening of that movie, do you know Rose says, this is crazy. Rose
now, when you say Rose, do you mean...
Older Rose reflecting on what happened in her life.
Yes.
She says... This is out of control where she's at. She said, I felt like a slave being brought back to America in chains. Isn't that a just wildly disproportionate thing to say?
She said that?
That is in the movie. And I understand the premise of the movie is that she was in a relationship she really had no agency in, right? She was just kind of pushed into the relationship to secure wealth for her family.
To be honest, I don't even really know
But do you think... So the story is basically her family is secretly poor because their dad died. Okay. And he blew through all the money. So but people still think they're wealthy. So they're marrying her into a rich family to secure their wealth. Okay. So it is a horrible spot she's in. But isn't that an insane
piece of
dialogue to write?
That's why I sort of just went... That's why I reacted that way, because she made the jump to say
because it's one of those things. It's like what she's saying is horrible. Like what she went through.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
But no one in a movie in like 2023
would say, "I'm a slave in chains."
I'm a slave in chains being brought to America. Like you are a wealthy British woman.
Yeah.
And I like that movie a lot because it shows how awesome Irish peasants are, and how grotesque the British are. And I think that was the point of the movie. I think the disaster was just like a backdrop.
Yeah. Mr. says Titanic takes place in the same universe as Amistad. Okay. I did not know that. I did not know she said that.
I have issues with this movie a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's a technical feat. And it's important to movies as a whole.
Sure.
But Rose is telling this story. And then there's a scene where Leo wins his ticket in a poker game. And I'm like, how the fuck would Rose have any imagery of this whatsoever? Right. They hadn't even met yet. The movie's from her perspective. It's so jarring. And they knew each other for 3 days. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it, TitaNick?
I think I've seen it when I was a kid, or maybe my mom was watching it when I was a kid, and I've seen it like
There's
that.
This really cool scene where he draws her. Do you know
that scene? Wait, I think I've heard of that.
That's worth the ticket price alone. It really is.
Creative direction. Kate Winslet is omnipresent. Yes. Yes, easy.
I don't know if I like when they're doing historical pieces, I don't know if I like the bookend scenes where it's contemporary people talking about it. I don't know if I've ever liked that as a movie technique. Yeah. I think I would have just preferred Titanic if it started with the story of the Titanic. Because there's like 25 minutes of just bullshit with these James Cameron stand-ins like going and searching the Titanic. And I'm like, so he just wanted to show off his little thing,
right?
Like his machine, and it's just it takes so long to actually get to the story of the Titanic. And I've never liked that in movies, and they do that in a lot of movies. Where to me, I'm just like, start the story where the story starts.
Exactly. You know, I agree 100%. It's like they're trying to like shoehorn these things on a bill. You know, they're like,
right.
You want this? You got to take everything.
That is not a movie where you needed to pad the runtime.
Right. Are you gonna go see? There's this phenomenon going to see Barbenheimer. You're gonna go do that, or people have been double booking. Man, it's crazy that Sav hasn't felt summoned to this convo. I'm right here. I know you mean Sabrina. I know, right? I know. Where is she, Mister? Can you get her on the horn? I'm excited for Oppenheimer. I wish I had money to do the double feature.
Well, you only need money for one ticket.
Yeah, if you're in the theater,
if you don't leave the
theater, that they call it grandfathering.
Yeah,
you get grandfathered into the next movie. I don't want to see a Christopher Nolan movie.
You're more excited for Barbie?
I'm not excited for either.
You're the only person in America who's like, I could take or leave either of them.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't have this burning desire.
I think it's like a cool moment. And not
this is a cool moment. Both.
No, yeah, and at the risk of sounding sexist, I don't give a shit about Barbie, man. It's like a fish out of water movie. I don't think it's gonna be like some transcendent film.
Sure, I don't. Well, it's just like you said. You've said this a lot. There's all these movies. Cece's so excited for both. She's excited for Barbie. Hell yeah!
And you have every right to be.
Yeah. What is with the whole like every single game, toy, whatever is being turned into a movie now?
Yeah,
they have a Gran Turismo movie.
I don't want to.
There's a Gran Turismo movie coming out. What? Nani? What? Milkun? What?
I don't know if I want to say Barbie's exactly like those, because I think.
What do you think? It's like the Twisted Metal TV show?
Because I think Gran Turismo and like Tetris and Air, these are literally just about products.
Sure. Barbie's about the girl from the song.
Yeah. Barbie's about Nicki Minaj.
Oh, well, that sounds great. Add it to the Nick hates things for no reason list.
I just said I wasn't that excited. I'm open to changing my mind. I'll do the double feature. You want to do the double feature? That's like a 7-hour day. Because it's not like you're going to get the movies back to back.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, you're in that theater for 3.5 hours when you consider previews.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to sleep on it. Maybe. When do they come out? Next week? This week, I mean? This week?
The 21st. Also, Greta Gerwig is like a complete sellout. Have you seen that? She like, there's something weird is going on in culture where people don't think selling out is like a thing anymore. Yeah, they always say something like get your bag. Like,
right.
They're so proud. Like,
yeah.
No, that's actually really bad.
Yeah.
If someone who was already rich,
yeah,
can't just say no to having even more money. Like,
right.
you don't have to make Narnia Netflix movies. That's actually really bad, and you should be criticized for that.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
People are excited for your movies, and even doing Barbie was a stretch for your like auteurism.
Yeah.
But now you're just like, I'm just a sellout.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Queen.
Everyone's like, Queen,
yes. Get your bag.
Yeah, honestly, work.
Yeah.
Wait, Badu, why do you have a cross on your roll? Cecilia said, it came with the place. It just came with the place. You can't touch stuff like that. The same way the lion is the mane the right way. I just don't mess with art on the wall, man. It's living. It's a living thing. I don't touch it.
I really like.
I let the art happen.
I really like scary movies where someone's possessed.
Yeah.
And the solution is to just say prayers fast. Like, no problem solving, nothing. They in The Conjuring, they're just like, come back to the light.
Yeah.
She's like,
yeah. The power of Christ compels you and us. And walk the room, blessed. Dude, it's really funny. You're like, why do you have a cross on your wall, Bato? Why do you have like a Saint Anthony and like a Divino Nino on your nightstand? Why do you have a shirt that says, when God made me, he was just showing off? Why do you have all this stuff?
You know, all these movies. I think a lot of these movies...
The scary movies or the Greta Gerwig movies or the
Fuck
Christopher Nolan?
Let's move on. We can get into Christopher Nolan, because I know you don't like him, but...
Don't like him. He's a nasty guy. It was just so bare. What do you mean, the wall? I got more stuff cooking. I had to get command strips. I'm going to put more stuff on the wall. Sorry, Nick. Here we go.
He's gonna put my wart on the wall.
Yeah,
once it's dead. Maybe like when you hang a fish.
Nightweek says, bro, I remember my grandma's super church person, and I remember watching Harry Potter with my mom, and she got so mad.
You know what's funny? J.K. Rowling, in her life, has made everyone upset. Yeah. Like early on, it was like weirdos like that who thought it was like devilish stuff.
Like, yeah, religious people.
Now she's just a shitty person.
Now she's a terrible
and now
person.
Good people don't like her. So she has no allies.
Yeah. Seriously, she's on an island now.
Yeah.
I don't thought anyone that would kick for her.
We were like, oh, J.K. Rowling, we think you have every right to write these books, even though they suck. Yeah. But, you know, they're obviously not contributing to the delinquents of our children.
Yeah.
She's like, thank you, guys. Also, I hate the LGBT community. You're like, okay, well, you kind of lost the plot.
J.K., what?
Dude, so these scary movies.
CC said, how's your wart? Touch Bato with it earlier today. Earlier in the night, we didn't read this message, but Anthony said, "How's your? Are we talking about the wart?" We took a poll in chat earlier on stream. Are we gonna stop talking about the wart? It was voted no more talking about the wart. We have to respect the poll.
Yeah. So
no more what talk? I don't even know.
I don't even know. What?
Oh, what? You want to freeze your what?
I have an idea for a movie. Okay. You know all these possession movies?
Yeah.
The premise always flattens out to, if the devil's real, God is real. And then God is always more powerful. Yeah. Why can't the devil just be real? No God. What if it's just the devil?
Well, that's why I wanted to see
this is the devil.
That's why I wanted to see the Pope's Exorcist, because it sounds like in that movie, doesn't he just like from the trailer? I didn't get to see it. I wanted to see it because it looks like a cool, like, you know, exorcism movie. It looked like God had less of a role in it, like you're saying.
Well, good.
Because
God
it looked
butts
like
his head into everything.
It looks like they're sending people, and then the devil's like, "Oh, a guy in a dress. I'll just kill him." You know what I mean? So I want to see. I agree with you. Let's just see the.
Are there movies? Has there been a piece of art where God is killed? Not a God, like God. Yeah.
I think so.
And then the universe just exists without God.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. There, Genshin Impact. There was a thing in Genshin Impact where they killed God, or God just died, and then the people have to live without it. But I mean, afterward, spoiler alert for one, it's not that God comes back; it's that God faked their death so that the people could learn to live without God.
That's like what Kim Jong-un did.
Yeah. Nightwing said, I never understood the thing about the devil will make you do bad things, but then when you get sent there, you get punished for it. Yeah, the devil should want to party, right?
Yeah, my thought of the devil is that he really pushes you to do bad things, and then you live in a hell of, like, your own creation. Like, he's not the one punishing you. He gets off on the fact that you're living with guilt and shame. Like,
sure.
I don't know though. I didn't read the damn book.
What, Harry Potter?
Yeah.
He's not in it.
Oh.
But Voldemort was God.
Yeah. So let's talk. You don't like Christopher Nolan?
No, I hate him.
You don't think he has a single good movie?
Memento, maybe.
I never even saw that.
No, that's the only one I look back and I'm like, oh, that I like that when I watched it. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I liked that when I watched it.
What's your beef with him? Your main gripe?
It's just hard. It's hard to like reach into. Memento's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. CC. There we go. These movies just stink. I don't know. I like. It's hard for me to like.
They got no heart. They got no
have
juice.
No soul.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Soul.
No soul.
It's just like, you know what I mean? It's something for me is that, like, do you ever find this, that once you're fresh watching something, you have takes and you have evidence and you have all that, and then when they get brought up at a later date, you've decided with your chest so hard that you feel a certain way about it, and you know, you won't commit the time anymore or effort to formulating a take on it, or like revisiting the work so you can maintain the same opinion on it. And maybe your tastes have changed. It's the same thing with eating food, but eating a piece of food that you don't like is a hell of a lot easier than watching a 3-hour movie again. You know what I mean? So it's like I kind of get to the point, I feel like, in a lot of stuff where I make the decision and I'm like, this stuff isn't that good. I don't know. I'm not gonna. You know.
Well, I feel like
time isn't free.
I think people have overcorrected where they're just like any like real creator they feel like they have to support because he's not like Disney schlop. Yeah. So they're like, how could you not like Christopher Nolan? Right. He makes his own movies. Yeah. And it's like the baseline used to be the baseline used to be we used to compare all these people. Now it's just all these people versus like conglomerates.
Right. It's like, oh, this guy's a guy.
Yeah.
This guy's a guy.
He's not an algorithm, so he's good. We can't criticize him at all.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. People get. You're right. It has boiled down to rewarding people for doing what they should be doing.
What should have been the bare minimum.
It should be the standard.
Yeah, the standard.
It should be the standard. But yeah, his movies have no soul. Like, I'm trying to think of what he's done. Like, I think the Dark Knight trilogy didn't age really well. I think The Dark Knight Rises, that's the third one, right? That one's that's the worst
piece of shit.
It's just one of the worst movies ever. The Dark Knight, it's the worst, one of the worst movies ever.
It's so funny to sincerely say The Dark Knight is one of the worst movies.
No, I meant The Dark Knight Rises. Okay. I'm not saying The Dark Knight.
I still don't think it's one of the worst movies
The
ever.
Dark Knight Rises, I think, is one of the worst movies ever. I don't think it's the worst
out of all
movies that have ever been made. I think that's a really bad movie.
Okay.
I think it's a really bad movie.
You think it's like bottom 5 ever made?
I don't know if it's bottom 5 ever. I think it's a really bad movie. And I think The Dark Knight is like, when I watched it, when it came out, when I saw it in theaters, really loved it. Maybe it didn't age well, but I went back and watched it in college and I felt disappointed. I felt like it didn't live up to the nostalgia I had.
But isn't the initial feeling what's most important? Like what you saw in theaters?
Yes, but there's something to be said, I think, about, you know what I mean? Because it's not just that, oh, this wasn't as good as I thought. I just don't think it's that good anymore, you know? I don't have the same opinion I did.
Dude, I think I have a problem. Because I went to the movies last night and I got a beer.
At the theater?
At the theater, but it was just one beer. It didn't enhance my experience at all. It dried my mouth out. It didn't taste good. But I just
stale beer for 3 hours?
Just not get a beer.
You're like licking your lips just so like real loud because you're dehydrated.
I need...
But TC said Bato revisiting his nostalgic movies, Misha with no drip. Yes. Interstellar had the most emotion of any of his movies, I think. Yeah, and I have a gripe with that movie. I don't like that movie.
Tell me.
I think, and I've come to, it's refreshing to drink with the popcorn.
No, it's not.
Madrogo said, I have a huge gripe with it. Madrogo, it pisses you off. I hate it too. Well, I'm not saying you hate it. I'm saying I have a huge gripe with it as well. Madrogo, Cece says, I agree. I really like that movie. Mr. said, Interstellar had cool elements, but the third act was a big pile of spaghetti. Madruga says, I really like most of it. I agree.
This is where all the opinions come out. You mentioned Interstellar.
Yes, yeah. Really hate some. Agree 100%, Madruga. It's like, people are like, oh, this is like such a feat. You know what I mean? This is like magnificent piece of art. And it's like, the last act of the movie sucks. It's terrible. And also, like, I mean, you're watching it up to this whole point. And it's like, even the stuff with, was Matt Damon in the movie? He was the guy, he's the guy on the other planet, and he's like, turning on them or whatever. Or turning on, what's his name?
Matthew McConaughey. Yeah.
McConaughey, right? That's cool stuff. And then you get to this end where it's like all these like sort of like fantastical elements like save the day or something.
No, I think
him going into the black hole.
First of all, I want to start my opinion by prefacing I didn't understand the movie. So, second of all, I think the species was so advanced that they made my voice crack.
I understand the movie too. Madruga said exactly fantastical. Yeah.
But I think it was supposed to be. Fucking, if Christopher Nolan, like, we should encourage him to be fantastical. He's usually
not bad.
Just writes movies about people in suits. So,
but no, you're turning into what you said earlier, where it's okay to be the standard. It's not okay just to be fantastical. No, I thought it was. You have to be good.
I thought it was a cool leap for him, and I did think. I thought the bookshelf scene was good. I didn't understand it. You know, people don't understand a movie, then they look up Interstellar ending explained. I don't do that.
Right. No, you just sit with how it feels, right? Exactly.
That's how I felt after Dune.
Well, that's how... Okay. I don't... We'll talk about that in a second. I want to say exactly like what Madruga said. It's just too fantastical. They're like all this power of love stuff and whatever. And it's just like... It doesn't jam in with the movie, the story that you've told to that point. It was just really... I don't know. Kind of weird.
You don't like love?
I love love.
Love is the most powerful thing in the universe.
And I agree.
Yeah,
it's more powerful than hatred.
So
no, I don't think he agrees.
You don't think he agrees?
I don't think he agrees. I'm a keen observer of human nature, and I don't think.
You think that movie was anti-love?
I think it was anti-love. It made a mockery of love. I'll say that. CZ says, but space itself is unknown, so like, who's to say it wouldn't happen?
Thank you, CC.
No, I've been to space. I'm in space right now, besides physics.
All the scientists said the black hole
hates weddings
real.
On the list, CC said. It's just too fantastical. It didn't vibe. And this is another movie where, fresh out the gate, I could have given you we could have done a video essay right now.
Of how much it sucks.
Of how much it sucked. But I'm not going to say that. Get me on the horn for 3 minutes. You want to come on, Madruga?
On.
Yeah. Thank you, Madruga. Please help me out. I got the main idea here.
Oh damn! You got headphones?
Yeah. Here, 1 second, Madruga. We're gonna get you on the horn because we want to ream Interstellar, and then I have one more thing to say about the movie as well. We're gonna get headphones for Nicky.
Welcome to the Nicky Show.
I'm still
How are we doing, guys? Type 1 in chat if you want me to kill Sabato. Go. Hey, dude, thanks for that.
There you go. All right. Gonna give you a call. Okay. What are all these ones about?
I said type 1 in chat if you
want
me to
kill Oh. All right. Calling Madruga.
Wait, how do I set this up again? I go on Discord?
Yeah. I'm calling you on Discord. Just pick up the phone. Madruga, can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay, Madruga's on the line. Everybody here. Madruga, did you say it's not working? The ones are not killing me?
What?
In chat, you said it's not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
All right. So I don't. Oh, Nick's here. I thought he was here already. I don't really have anything interesting to say. I'm just gonna say the things Sabato. Specific. Yeah, I'm gonna say what you said already and just shit on Nick's opinion.
I didn't have it.
Thank you. Yes, you did. Thank you, Madruga.
Well,
the floor is yours.
Yeah. So the whole thing with Interstellar is how it was advertised and how the first 2/3 of the movie is these are all things that are like theoretically possible in physics, right? It's just like general relativity, which is like very much like confirmed or basically right with the time dilation and everything.
Yeah.
but then he goes inside the black hole.
Right.
And that's not. So that was the whole thing where, like, before it came out, there's all these things about, like, or I don't know if this was before it came out, where they're like, oh yeah, we did the black hole, like, light simulation and all that. These were big things. I was in school studying physics at the time. Everyone was talking about this stuff. They're like, oh, it's so cool that they simulated that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And nothing in any of the trailers would lead you to believe there's any fantastical elements to it. And I've had this conversation with people before, and they have, like, a counterpoint to what I'm saying here, which I'll get into. Weren't we all 12? No, we were full-grown adults. We were like 18 or 19.
How old are you? 14?
Yeah. But all the general relativity stuff with them, time being dilated because they're next to the black hole, they're next to a really big planet, so everyone on Earth is aging faster than them. Yeah. That
was cool.
I could see the camera on Nick.
Yeah, I know.
But all that's, like, I've going in the black hole was stupid, and, like, they just made shit up. And it was like, and then they're like, they want that to be like the bookshelf scene is kind of like the emotional, like, climax of the movie. That's what it's all been building up to, and it's like, well, you just threw at, like, all the other goodwill you built up about the other aspects of the movie, like, out the window. So now I don't care about that.
Exactly, it's self-destructive.
Oh my God.
So self-destructive.
You're so wrong. It's ridiculous.
What?
First of all the scientists said the black hole looked good.
Yeah, the outside of it, not the inside.
Is that the counterpoint you were going to get to?
No, the counterpoint is when I've argued with people about this. I was like, I really like a lot of the movie. I really like the whole, like, montage of the corn burning and Matt Damon, like, being evil or whatever.
Yeah,
that part's really cool.
That.
It's got the horns and stuff. It's great. But they just throw all this stuff out there. Like, I really think it's just, if they had made it clear from the beginning that it was, like, a fantastical thing, that would be fine. Because I'd be, like, ready for, like, that's the theme, that's the genre, that's what I'm watching. But when they say it's one thing and then it's a completely different thing, it sucks and I hate it. But sorry. The counterpoint is that people will say that, oh, well, there was a little dust on the ground at the beginning because Matthew McConaughey was already in the bookshelf and he was making the little dust on the ground. Correct. So that's the foreshadowing. That's not. You don't see that and be like, oh, I guess this is a movie about wizards.
Yeah.
You it's just something where you like, oh, I don't know what that is. We'll see what that is later. Yeah. It doesn't, like, make it okay for the fucking genre to change. Like, It still sucks.
I actually did think he was the one doing that. Call me a genius, but I thought
I don't think you're a genius for that.
What?
Nick said he predicted the ending.
I knew the sand was future
I thought
him.
It was true.
What'd you say?
I knew the sand falling was him in the future doing that.
Are you joking? You actually thought that?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Because when you were,
by the look on your face, you didn't really think
when
that.
you were studying physics, I was studying story structure. So I was all over that. And I'll tell you this: if you live long enough, and we actually do go into a black hole, it is going to be fantastical. It's one of the greatest unknowns. And maybe they're saying not everything can be quantified, like love.
I think you're posting the biggest cringe right now, Nick.
I actually think Christopher Nolan is such a by-the-numbers director. I thought it was one of the best things he ever did.
No, I think that you're rewarding mediocrity just because it fits, like, the thing that you want him to do.
Didn't you agree a minute ago to not liking the third act and the ending of the movie?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Like, that's... Oh, okay. I thought you were like, yeah, I also didn't like that. But nobody like. Does anyone? Do you like the end of that though?
Do you like the end of it, Nick?
I like the bookshelf scene. It is the lasting image of the movie for me.
Nick says,
I remember that scene, and I remember when they're on the water planet and they go back up to the ship, and that guy's really old.
Cece says, Nick, I believe in the power of love too. Don't worry, I hear you. Let him cook.
Thank you.
No. Well, it's not about believing in the power of love. It's about...
Yes, it is.
No,
Are you saying that the power of love let him go into the black hole? What are you even saying? What does the power of love have to do with the fantastical elements that I don't like?
That there's some things we don't understand.
Oh, so because it doesn't make sense, we don't understand it. We don't understand it because it doesn't make sense in an emotional sense, a physical sense, a literal sense, a metaphysical sense, a quantum realm where Madrone is well read. And it just doesn't make sense, so we don't understand it for all those reasons. We just don't have to. Let's just give him a pass. He can put bullshit on the screen, and then we can just...
It wasn't
just
bullshit.
because we don't understand it, that's okay.
That made
He's
you
on a
feel
higher
nothing?
level. Listen, yeah, in a vacuum, I get what you mean, that you could get an emotional response out of that scene. Yes.
Yeah.
But
They were
it's
in a
not
vacuum.
good.
They were
I
in a
know.
space vacuum.
I know
pretty
you were
good.
going to go there. That's why I said that.
They were in a black hole. It's
yeah.
the opposite of a vacuum.
Exactly. Mistrin says, I thought the black hole scene was hokey, but actually I think I agree. CC, who's to say? The writing is ambitious, at least. There we go. Okay. Ugly cried, CC said.
Dude, that shit.
It's
the
bad.
writing
It's
is
bad.
ambitious?
And
That's not ambitious.
I don't
I'll make
think
a
it's
movie,
ambitious,
I'm going
dude.
into the sun. Is that ambitious? It's
Yeah,
dumb. It sucks.
exactly.
And also, I don't have an issue with the emotion or like that part of the scene. That's what I'm saying I like. I like
Right.
the emotional parts of this movie.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to go into a fucking black hole for it to be emotional. I don't think that was the important part of the scene.
You
I
know-
thought that was the shitty part of it.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
think?
To take
Where I
you
think
there.
the movie missed?
Yeah.
I think he should have died in the black hole.
Yeah,
It should
for sure.
have been
He
like,
definitely
if I'm
should have
gonna
died
go
in the
into this
black
fucking
hole.
black hole and save humanity.
Yeah.
I have to die. That would have been better, in my opinion.
I think that would have been better on multiple fronts. Because first, it cuts out like, I mean, yeah. Why does he
Don't
live
like
at the end? That's stupid anyway.
Like space ambulance save him. Like he falls out of the black hole, then you see like sirens in the distance of people like picking him up.
Yeah, the black hole teleports him
Yeah,
into a safe spot in the future next to a space ambulance is what happens in this fucking movie. It's terrible.
But you don't know that wouldn't happen. Because we never been.
That
Yeah.
just absolved. It could have.
Yeah.
It could have gone to a hot dog eating contest in Troy, New York. If it put him there, one, it would have been a better movie. Two, that we've never been.
Also,
that's not-
if he had died at that black hole part, then they could have even had some ambiguity where, like, oh, did he really survive going into a black hole? Because that's dumb. All we know is he's dead afterwards. But then you have the little nugget. You're like, oh, at the beginning there was dust on the ground.
Yeah.
So that's cool because that means maybe he was really alive for a little bit or something. It's,
Right.
I don't know. It's terrible.
Exactly. There's like, it's like in it. When you get to this level, it's like, okay, this is the story that Christopher Nolan wanted to tell. I'm not gonna. If that's what he wants, the story that he wants to tell, he can tell that story. But I'm gonna criticize that story. There's so many ways it could be a better story. And for the record, Madrone, I don't know if you saw, Mr. agrees with you, and then they add in Sunshine, they go into the sun. That one was kind of ambitious too.
Was
Yeah,
it
but you can't
ambitious
go into the
because
sun.
they went into the sun, or was it an
I don't know if
ambitious
it's
move?
to-
That's the only thing
Yeah,
about
I
it.
don't know if it's a bit about but yes, in Sunshine they go into the sun. I think that it's the resolution that I came to is that this movie is so overloved, and that I like the first 2/3 of the movie. Like Madrone says, I'm okay with the emotional response that you get from these scenes, but it's just this fantastical, like, departure. It's not done smoothly, because I do appreciate when a piece of art, whether it's a series or a movie, changes the scope of like what you thought the conflict was or what you think the resolution is going to be. And it's like, it's almost like it's a different thing. But this wasn't smooth at all, and it wasn't cool. It didn't gratify me in any way. So I don't think we have to just reward it just for doing that.
Did you see Sorry to Bother You?
Yes.
Did that not... Because I thought that movie was
Like-
about telemarketing. And
Well,
then it got very weird quickly.
Before we get into that, yeah. And that's what I was gonna say. Like, and so my response to the movie is to hate on the movie, but I wouldn't feel so strong about hating on the movie because I'm not like, oh, Interstellar is a terrible fucking movie. Maybe it is, but I'm not gonna just put that out there. The reason that you have to come so strong on it is because this movie is so gassed and overlooked.
I disagree.
I think the movie is gassed
recently
to hell.
People have hated on it.
I've hated on it forever. It was not like that. People are just catching on to me and Madron's wave that the movie sucks, which it does.
So do you not think it's cool when a movie baits you into like thinking it's the real world? And then it gets super fucking out there.
I am cool with that, but that's not... You can't just have... That is just the rule, you know what I mean? There's nuance to doing that. You have to...
No, I agree, but you guys... Your point was that you didn't like that it became fantastical.
No, but Jerome was saying in this movie, it was not good. You have to...
Yeah, I don't think I would hate any movie that... for like tricking me, like it made me think it was one thing and then it was like, oh, actually we're this thing. I think it did that, but then there was no reason for it to be the other thing. They're just like, oh, actually it was fantastical all along, and then here's trash. Here's like, you got like another hour of trash. I'm gonna teleport to the space ambulance. It's like, why'd you need to do that bait? It didn't. You get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking? We got Jessica Chastain. We got Amy Adams. We got Christina Hendricks. Do we need all of these people?
No.
Do you mean what? In what sense
like
do you mean
in our reality?
Yeah, we should just throw two of them into a black hole and keep one.
Yeah,
one into the sun.
Yeah. Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard too.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
She's clipped immediately.
She's
first off the team.
Oh, okay, Black Mirror.
Opinions on Black Mirror then. Dude, I remember early Black Mirror when it was like the British show, whatever. I was like quick on it. I was telling all you guys about it. I don't think you guys even watched it when I told you about it. It like took you a year or two to watch it.
Yeah.
But it was like I remember like liking those episodes and thinking it was cool. That was again like I think like early college, right? When the British episodes got put on Netflix.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of lame. I have no desire to ever like get real into it.
It's such a piece of shit now.
Because I remember.
What do you guys think about the first episode?
The first episode I think is really cool.
With the
pig, I do too.
That's the best episode.
It's really
and it gets
cool.
worse from there.
I'm glad that you guys like that one. A lot of people don't like that episode.
A lot of people are like, yeah, why would you have that one with all this other like...
I think that's like really good like sci-fi because it's like, yeah, that's like something that could happen. What would they do? That's like a crazy scenario.
I agree.
The other thing I don't like about some newer Black Mirror is they took some ideas from the first season and then they're just like, we're gonna reuse these over and over again. They have like the Dom Hall Gleason episode with just like the consciousness in another body. They do that 80 more times. They have little, you can watch a movie on your eyeballs. They do that once and they're like, we're gonna keep that in every episode actually.
Exactly.
I don't think Black Mirror realizes how often their conclusion is like the narrative equivalent of and then they woke up and it was all a dream. Like they've done that in so many episodes. They did playtest, none of that stuff actually happened. The Salma Hayek one in this one, none of that happened. There was
I didn't watch any.
Hang the DJ, where the
DJ.
whole episode apparently was just an algorithm.
It was all a program, an app happening.
Yeah. Do they not realize
that's not real
how
people?
disappointing that is to do that?
And they named it after the Smiths song.
I don't know about the Smiths.
It was the song they played.
No,
at
I
the
know.
end of the episode, and they named the whole episode after it.
Does that piss you off?
Not really. It's just funny.
So Black Mirror.
I'm gonna get back to watching.
All right, we're gonna get everybody give it up for Madro. Yeah. Thank you, Madro. Thank you very much. All right, back to the real world.
Do you think Black Mirror is about our phones?
I never seen a mirror. Do you know what you look like?
What?
Before I got this webcam, I had no idea. I never had a mirror.
I still don't think I know what I look like. Isn't that kind of fucked
crazy.
up?
Yeah, that's deep.
Do you think you know what you look like?
No.
Do you sometimes think you're the only person in the world?
Yeah, all the time.
I think about that all the time. I think the lottery is like my is like programmed into my simulation where if things ever get too bad, I'll win the lottery.
You think?
You know what I mean? Like,
like nothing. Like you can't die.
They planted the lottery early in my life.
Yes,
and that's your. I always have it in the back of my head.
Yeah.
That if I'm gonna do this, I was like, well, before I do, I should scratch off one more ticket, and then all my problems will go away.
But then, what if they know you won't really? If they know you're not really gonna do it, they're not gonna give you the lottery. You know what I mean?
So I gotta convince them.
You have to have conviction, and I think it's like it's a higher power you have to convince. Like they need to know in your heart you're at your lowest low. And I don't know how you like. I don't think you act to convince.
But
them.
you agree that you'll eventually win the lottery if you because I'm obviously the only person in the world. You probably feel otherwise.
I feel yes. I feel that you're no. I feel like you're the only person in the world, and I've been programmed to respond to you. And I don't think that I know that I'm not programmed to have thoughts. I'm just programmed to behave.
You know when?
Sorry. Before we get that, let's catch up on chat. Cece said, I've been binging it for the past couple of days because I started watching when it first came out and then stopped. Not sure what my opinion is of it because it genuinely has an interesting idea, but I don't know if they're going for a Twilight Zone vibe or not. Let it marinate in.
But I thought the earlier ones felt way more Twilight Zone and
the
cool.
earlier seasons.
The production is even worse.
Yeah,
like,
the production's worse. The production's worse. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think the early ones actually were trying to be very bleak and grim.
Yes.
And I think these ones are trying to be more like meta, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I very much prefer the British ones. The British got something right.
The British actor, because that's another thing, like Marjoga was saying, or you were saying too, right? They're reusing the same ideas to get episodes done with American actors.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah.
Weird accessibility to prioritize.
Yeah. You know when people talk about what they would do if they won the lottery?
Yeah.
And then they start saying all these really nice things they would do.
Yeah.
But then they start like really... Then they start actually... They talk as if they have the money. Right?
Yeah.
They're like, Spot, I would take care of you.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to say thank you to that.
Right.
Thank you for that
bullshit statement.
If they had $1 billion, they would help one of their closest friends. Like, you're supposed to feel grateful for that.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
If you lived everyone in the world's pipe dream, then you would take care of me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so anyway, if I won the lottery...
Yeah.
Well, I was saying this to my boy. I'd go off the grid immediately.
Yeah.
I would have no passions, no pursuits.
No.
I would just go off the grid and drink beer.
People are like, oh, well, if you don't work and whatever, wouldn't you get bored?
No.
I've never been bored for a second in my life.
I was going to say
never
boredom.
Been bored. What is boredom? Can someone explain to me boredom? You never have anything to do? I can just sit.
I love sitting.
I love
doing nothing.
Sitting. You know what they say? They're trying to get you out of that too, because they say sitting is the new smoking. They're like, oh, everybody who works a desk job is going to have a bad back. You know what? They're sitting.
Do they not want you to sit even when you go home?
Yeah, they don't want you to sit when you go home. They want you to get a standing desk at home. They want you to stand.
What about when you watch TV? They want you to stand? That's ridiculous.
They're going to start elevating TVs. TVs are all going to be hung or on... TV stands are going to be 8 feet tall now.
I could kill a whole night just by sitting.
Going off the grid sounds like a dream. Hell yeah, CC. Madroga says, my ideal life is the King of the Hill opening. Hell yeah, Madroga.
It's funny you mentioned sitting. Sometimes I will get home and kill an entire night just by sitting.
Yeah.
I don't even turn anything on.
Nothing.
How could you
I don't
ever
even look at the
bored?
phone. Sometimes you know what you do is you finish a bowl of cereal and you just sort of let the milk sit there. Yeah. You don't even pick it up. You just let the milk sit there.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
let the milk sit.
You just let the milk sit. Yeah. CC said they just want people to live longer so they can work longer. Absolutely.
Yep.
Tinfoil hat, tinfoil hat. No, put on the Yankee with no brim.
Everyone, like, I was at a party a few weeks ago and everyone was talking about, like, what they would do, like, in their 50s. And I'm like, I'm not going to live till 50.
That's
and
the other
everyone
thing.
was like, Nick, how could you say that? I'm like, oh, who cares? Like,
Okay, dude, I know plenty of people that died at 45.
Yeah, they act like no one dies.
Dude, they act like no one dies. Dude,
like you get to 80 and then you just tap out.
Right. That's the exact... Like I was saying, one time I was at work, I might have said this on, like, a podcast episode, about, like, someone I work with, they're going over the health insurance plan, and the health insurance plan at the place where I used to work, I quit. We'll get into that after, maybe. But a place where I used to work had a HSA, health savings account, so you can deposit money from your paycheck tax-free. So the idea is that when you have to go to the doctor, you can use money that's not taxed for stuff that the insurance plan won't cover it. So you're saving money because you're not paying out of pocket money that is taxed or whatever. So it sounds like a good thing if you know you're going to the doctor or whatever, or if you have kids or something and you want to set aside a little money that you know you're going to spend, right? Super rich dude, totally out of touch. This guy does not have to work a day in his life because his partner, this guy was so cringe, dude. His partner is like one of the CEOs at Pfizer or whatever. And she's like top dog at Pfizer. So this guy's like set for life, but he feels, this is verbatim how he feels. He said that he feels emasculated to not work. So he doesn't work, so he does work and then he like pays for someone else to take care of their kids.
Ugh.
Which is
nasty.
Crazy.
What a antisocial freak.
So already this guy has this twisted worldview.
Yeah.
He comes in and he starts scolding people and saying, you guys need to start investing with this HSA account. They're like, you could be saving so much tax money on this, like, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, some people need the money from their paycheck.
That is exactly.
Some people need the money from their paycheck. And also, not just with this health saving account, with a freaking IRA, with a retirement account, money that you put away and is like growing and whatever, but you can't touch it until you're 65. We're not all gonna make it to 65.
Dude,
We're
I would
gonna
be
die.
so mad if I died before I got that money back.
Exactly. That's
you know
what
people
I'm
say,
saying.
you gotta invest. I'll invest my money into what makes me happy in the immediate moment.
Yes. All right, let's catch up on chat. Emasculated because his wife is better than him? Yes, I will kill someone. You kill him, Cece. Yes. Mr. Ness, do you guys believe our generation will ever be able to retire? We're all gonna die.
Dude, so I got a call.
Yeah.
A guy, he's a nice guy. I tangentially knew him.
Sure.
He cold called me, and I guess he's a financial advisor now. So he was, going through his contacts or whatever.
Sure.
And I blew it because he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Sitting." Like, so then he knew I had time for a call.
Oh no!
And we went over some stuff. He talked about, like, you could like commit life insurance fraud, like to
fake your death.
To get you to get. It's like kind of what you said. You put money away that's not taxed because life insurance, I guess, isn't taxed. So it's like, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
So he's giving me all these financial tips, and first of all, I have like maybe $400 to move around. Like, I'm not like
he's giving you financial tips in the hopes that you'll respect his like options that he's providing. You'll make him your financial advisor.
This was my question. So I took all these tips, and I was like, all right, cool, sounds good. And then the phone call ended, and I was thinking, how is this a job?
What did he get out of that?
Who's paying him?
Are they just Samaritans? Good Samaritans? They make so much money doing one.
No, it was like
that
Western
like,
Mutual.
Help people out.
And I don't think how do any of these companies who don't have a product
get
money?
Yeah.
Your product is advice.
Yeah. It's like those people. Remember, you said you went to a bar. And you said that the guys were talking like they had made-up jobs. You're like, one guy was like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And he's like, "Oh, I do consulting for a digital marketing firm." Yeah. He's like, "Oh, no way! I do digital marketing for a consulting firm." Yeah. What a joke!
So anyway, You know what my financial advice to anyone would be is don't pay a financial advisor.
Yeah.
There's some money in your pocket right there.
Exactly. I'm going to save you the advising.
Let's just give advice about them.
Yeah.
Let's make 6 figures doing it.
Yeah. And they make $3 million a year. Dude, that's the thing. Nobody respects having cash anymore. No, and I don't mean... I mean, having cash is cool.
You know what
cash
I always say about cash.
What does Nick always say?
Cash is king.
Cash is king.
They can't take your cash.
Cash is
I
king.
am always getting hit with fees for shit that I
Yeah.
guess I technically signed up for at one point in my life, and then they just don't stop. You can't do that with cash.
You can't.
No
they
one
can't
runs up
take
to
your
you and
cash.
goes $5.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
$5 Amazon. Dude, and it's not just to be like, you gotta have cash on you all the time, whatever. And we have to, you do.
Yeah.
I want to expand that to say, you have to have money that you said you can move around. It doesn't
yours.
matter how
Yeah.
little it is or how much it is. It's just your money, and you don't have to be investing it. You don't have to be pressured to do something with it or risking it or putting it somewhere else. It's your fucking money that you have to fall back on, and it's like you don't have to call 3 banks to access it. You know what I mean? That's just your money.
When I hear about they're like, but you'll have access to this when you turn 55, and it's like, it's my fucking money.
Yeah.
I should have access to it whenever
all the time. Why can't I just pull the plug on it?
You should strongly suggest come on, man, this is your 55 money, but I should still be able to get it.
Right, exactly. That it should be strongly suggested. That's your. I'm in a pinch. I need the money.
Cashless society fucking freaks me out. Even in New York City, you know how the subways now you have to do it on your phone.
You can do
a card, or a card.
They
don't have Metro cards.
They
No.
don't have Metro cards.
And that just freaks me out because now everyone there needs a bank account at least. And this is gonna sound crazy. I don't think you should need a bank account to survive in society. Yeah. I don't think you should need that, and I don't think you should need a driver's license. I think you should be able to just exist. But like you said, cashless society, they'll fee you for fucking everything. They'll charge you to spend your own money.
Yes, absolutely. That's what it is. Tapping your phone on anything, that's another. Yeah, that's points.
You ever see signs in restaurants that are like, we charge a 5% surcharge for cards?
Yes, yeah. Gas.
What?
Gas been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Madruga says, when I was done with my Regal Unlimited subscription, I replaced the card on my account with one that was about to expire. Nice. Cece says, no, I agree. I hate that my phone has to be operational in order to function in society. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. They talk about the chips in your head, man. The chip's already there.
What happened to men sitting on top of a beam and eating lunch together? Remember
no
those
fall
days?
protection.
Yeah. You get off and they give you a handful of cash. Now it's how many consultants did you do today?
Right. You used to be able to go down to the diner and have a hot dog eating contest with your friend. You say, hey, Nick, let's see who can eat more hot dogs in 5 minutes. I'll bet you $20. That's money you made. That's money you made.
America used to be about making money.
We used to be a country.
We used to be a real country where money was exchanged for a good or service. Now people are just taking money from you, and you don't even know what you got out of it.
Right. This is just the money-taking fee.
Yeah. I swear, you'll see a fee. It's like you used your debit card. That's a fee.
Yeah.
Like my own bank. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I'm not gonna fight this. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, fees exist. They've programmed you to just accept it. If anyone who doesn't is be like, oh, you entitled brat. You think you don't have to pay to see your own money? ZC says, what if my phone fucks up? For real, dude. You gotta have a fully charged phone all the time. They make the phones, the battery don't last.
Turn this into robots.
That's
their end game.
The singularity is just a fee. Oh, the singularity fee. All right, for $2 we can upload you to the cloud, and you won't have to worry about this because you'll be beyond food. I don't know.
It is. No, the whole thing's grotesque.
It is.
And when people say they don't take cash, they're never getting my business again.
Right.
They're never getting my business in that moment.
Yeah.
I don't care if they made the whole order and have it out for me.
Yeah.
They say no cash, no Nick.
No Nick. I like that. Hell yeah. It sucks because CC machines... Do you mean machines that make you, or are you a machine already? It sucks because CC credit card machines cost businesses 10% of every transaction, which in comparison is more than sales tax. So that's the 5% surcharge thing or the $5 minimum on the card thing. Businesses that don't take cash don't make sense. Credit card element. I know this, so I was just playing a lot.
That's why we should bring back bartering.
Yeah.
If you don't have cash on you,
yeah,
you should be like, well, I got this cool keychain, maybe, you know, or something like that.
Yeah. I agree.
We used to exchange stuff. And now it seems like it's just a bunch of dorks robbing us all the time. Right. And there's nothing we can do about it. Exactly. A bunch of tech geeks are just robbing us blind.
When I was over in Italy, how communal this is, like, just an easygoing life was so awesome, because it's like everybody has like a garden or something, or they have like an animal or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the guy that I live with, he had a bunch of chickens or whatever, and he has eggs. The guy gets eggs are not like a thing that it's like, oh, the chickens just lay eggs once a week, or you check it twice a month. You get like eggs every day, man.
Yeah.
It's like he had a bunch of chickens, and it's like, dude, that's more eggs than anybody could ever eat. You just give them to everybody, you know. And everybody else, whatever they can. It's not like, maybe... It's not like you're expecting someone.
An American would eat what he could, charge the rest, and then throw them out.
Throw them out. Throw them out, yeah.
Instead of, like, being neighborly and be like, here's some eggs. Maybe can you give me a glass of milk? Like,
yeah.
You know, like...
Exactly.
Like normal people do.
Yeah. Here's a bunch of tomatoes. NickyBato pro-Italian Mr. It says.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
CC said, I'm about to rob a dork. Hell yeah. You guys think Rob Dyrdek's a dork? I think he's a dork.
Rob Dyrdek? Oh, he's awful.
Awful, right?
He got 4 shows.
He got 4 shows.
They gave him 4
and one
chances.
was Tosh.0.
Yeah.
It was just a show that already existed. I love my mom's neighborhood because she has a neighbor that gives everyone eggs. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Does your mom live in Italy too?
I love rural people. You know why? You'll just be driving on an empty road, and all of a sudden there's a cardboard sign that says eggs with an arrow.
Yeah.
And you just swerve in. Like, holy shit.
Look at all these eggs. And then you would take them, eat what you can, try to sell the rest, and throw them all out. Rob Dyrdek's second clowniest skater alive. Jeremy Rogers. Oh shit, Mr. Rude. Let him know, the clowniest skater. CC says she lives in Wappingers near me. Okay. Well, don't dox yourself, CC.
She doesn't even have a chicken. She just goes and buys a bunch of eggs.
She just gives eggs to everyone. Mr. How do you feel about Nigel Houston? I feel like he's a loser that no one else calls a loser. Madroga, I want to hear your take on it too.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy, Mr. said. Hell yeah, I had to approve it. I knew Madroga was. No, dude. That guy is so lame, man. You're supposed to be like the best modern skater or whatever. You go to the, I don't know, what was it? The Olympics? When they made the Olympics, it was like the first time they added skateboarding to the Olympics was in the past couple of years, right? This guy, Nigel Houston, goes, he's supposed to be one of the best skater in the country or whatever. Every skater that isn't Jaws is lame. Hell yeah. No, in the boonies, everyone got chickens, LM. Substantial rape allegations against him. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, for real. What a POS, dude.
Yeah.
What a POS. I'm so glad he stinks now. Dude, the biggest choke job I've ever seen anyone do in professional sports, man. Crazy to say. I didn't know that. That's crazy. What a nasty freak. Nigel, that is.
Funny enough, I don't even like eggs that much.
You don't like eggs?
But I like the spirit.
You know what's funny is that when people cook eggs, there's not really a thing where eggs are done. You know what I mean? Because some people just eat eggs raw. Rocky drank a whole glass of eggs.
Can you do that, though?
You can. I think it's a risk.
Because, like, those meatheads will eat anything. They'll eat, like, raw meat.
That's true, too. They probably eat nasty stuff. But if he did it, if it's done in a set, you have to think of maybe you're.
Don't you think a chicken's life is not real?
A chicken's
chickens are meant to provide for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not meant to live lives. Like, I feel like cows and pigs are like good animals. Those are like smart animals.
Chickens, the bird thing. Oh, they're birds.
Chickens.
They're like
We're doing them a favor.
Let's see. Madrogo says Nigel was cool when he was a little kid that was good at skating. Never got any better. Yeah. Facts. CC said, my favorite is soft or hard-boiled. So you just like eggs, any egg. Now, that's sick. You don't like scrambled or over easy? Anthony says, my yaya, which I assume is Greek for grandfather figure or something, used to eat raw beef from the butcher.
Right from the butcher.
Solid macros, Anthony said. Majority said grocery store eggs are pasteurized. You can eat as many as you want. There you go. And in any form,
Can you eat the shell, too?
What do you mean you don't eat the shell?
You know, okay, this is funny. You know when you're cooking and you get a shell in it, and everyone's like, you gotta get that out. Why? So we're gonna feel a small fraction of a shell in their cookie? Like,
I was just watching King of the Road today. Jaws is truly one of the best to ever do it. Hell yeah, Mr. Nice! Salute! Dude, what was the one we watched in Troy once or twice, Madro? We watched together with Geronimo, Fully Flared. You ever see that, Mr. M? Fully Flared? That one was really cool. The whole thing with the pyrotechnics. All types of eggs are good, like potatoes. Hell yeah, CC. I like potatoes. Actually, I haven't seen that one. Oh, Mystery, you got to check it out. I think it's free on YouTube. True Blue. There was one Fully Flared, right, Madrogo? True Blue for sure too.
I don't think you need to wash produce at the store. If it needed to be washed, and if you didn't wash it, you would die, I don't think they would sell it. It's like on airplanes when they say to turn your phone off. If it was that big of a deal, they would confiscate everyone's phone.
True.
But it's just not that. I never wash my produce. I eat it in the car on the way home.
When you say just like stuff that you're taking off the thing that everyone can touch, like apples and stuff, or you're saying the stuff that's in bags?
I'll eat an apple right off the shelf.
Sure.
You won't?
No, I will.
What's up with these fruits?
I don't wash them. I think I like to rinse it because it kind of like chills it up. You know what I mean?
Okay, you did it for like taste purposes.
Yeah.
You when they say there's pesticide on it?
Well,
who cares?
I guess I am kind of like that kind of grip. Now that you saying that makes me feel weird about it.
I don't care
because I feel like I do. I feel like in general when I clean, I'm not gonna put soap on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just running it over the water and rubbing it till you get the squeaky cleanness, or not even. You know what I mean? It's just like you're running under water. But I do like cold water on a fruit or whatever. But I'm not doing that with bananas. That's different
but
too.
bananas are covered.
Them.
Yeah.
You're peeling them. Cece said, what if someone shitted, didn't wash their hands, and then touched your lettuce, though? Facts.
That builds up your immune system.
Makes me stronger. That's hell yeah, the immune.
I never get sick.
Wipe an apple on your pants. That's all you need. There you go, Madrogo. That sounds True Blue to me.
I used to, when I was a kid, I just used to put money in my mouth all the time.
Money. Cash and coins.
Not coins. That's fucked up. That's a choking hazard.
Because the metal,
because I didn't want to choke.
You don't want to choke.
But I was just salivating on money.
You have trouble swallowing now.
You think that goes back to when I was 6? It's from the cash.
It's from the cash. Cece said, I have a good enough immune system from childhood, I just don't want to eat
Okay, do you think people...
Hell yeah,
Okay, this is my question. Yeah. If you knew someone rubbed their shit on an apple, would you say, well, as long as I run this underwater, it's fine? You would probably just stay away from that apple. I think... You're already instinctively trusting that no one's wiping their poop on the apples.
I don't know if this is like contradictory or hand in hand with your whole thing about the wart.
Oh no!
I don't
know. Because I don't wash my fruit.
Yeah, you're like, I don't wash my fruit. Who cares if there's a wart? There could be a wart. There could be shit
you're right.
on it.
This is all. I'm the last guy to make this argument.
Okay, the quantity of shit is important. Cecilia, do not bend at all on this. You do not have to. You do not have to compromise with Nick on it or whatever. No, stop it. If there's shit on your food, just wash. It's getting washed. And the whole possibility of it is reason enough. I'm not looking for chunks of shit.
If someone said all of these apples,
don't do it.
All of these apples have a sprinkle of shit on them. I think that day you probably just wouldn't buy an apple, right? So I think everyone buys them assuming there's not shit on them.
Sure. Well,
so you don't wash. You don't go. I have to wash this because there's a chance there's shit on it. Because if you thought there was a chance there's shit on it, you just wouldn't get it.
True. I kind of have a feel like sometimes I go to buy produce. I'm like, fuck, I really wanted this, but these all look terrible. I'm not gonna get one.
Yeah, I think aesthetics are important.
It's got to be a nice apple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No. People are like, oh, I'm going to get the all bruised up apple. You know? I wanted apples this week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get apples this week.
I like a nice fat onion.
You like onions?
Yeah.
I love onions.
I love onions. I think onions are the most satisfying to peel, too.
Sometimes I'll make some dogs or something. Some hot dogs.
Yeah,
whatever. Chop up some onions, throw them in the pan with the dogs.
When people buy the onions in the thing, no, you got to chop them up.
Chop them up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Antonio doesn't really like onions too much. He likes them, but he doesn't use them all. So I put like 2 onions in the thing, thinking like, oh, we're gonna have like 4 dogs each. That's enough onions for everyone, right? So Antonio never has his fair share. I just go in the pan and just
eat the onions, right? Oh my god, yeah.
Just love them. Yep. I make really good pickled onions if you guys want to eat. Yes, Cecilia, as long as you wash the micro-sized number 2 off of it. And I think that you had very good points, Cecilia. All I'm saying is that you do not have to compromise on the shit thing.
Okay.
Hell yes, Cecilia. I would love some pickled onions. I tried pickling some onions recently, got too impatient and ate them early.
Okay. You know,
Madrogo said that.
You know those videos where like people like rub a towel like on an escalator railing, and then they're like, "Look how dirty it is."
Yeah.
Like just. Don't leave your house then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's true
grow
too.
the fuck up.
That's true too.
And there's probably shit on those.
There is shit on
if you assume people are not washing their hands.
Well, the other thing is that, like, one time when I was working, and again, like I was working one time, and my boss had his dogs inside. And I had just like cleaned up the whole area. This is when I worked at the church or whatever. And the dog got inside, and it was like a young dog, so it was kind of like prone to going in the bathroom. And the dog looked like it was going to go number 2. And I'm next to the dog. Instinctively, I put my hands right under its ass, like I was going to catch the poo.
Hell yeah.
I was going to catch the poo because it's like, dude, you can just wash your fucking hands.
Exactly.
Thank you. You know how much harder it is to wash that carpet?
Yeah, and to wash your hands.
Than to wash my hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather have it just shit on my hands. ZC agrees. She says stuff like that is less reasonable. The escalator thing. Like the outside is dirty. Welcome to Earth.
I agree. Stop washing your apples.
Stop washing the apples.
Yeah.
Like, stuff doesn't have to be spotless. It's good. Like,
if I'm ever a dad,
yeah,
the part I'm least concerned about is changing a diaper.
What do you mean?
I just feel like just power through it, you know?
You or the kid?
Me.
Okay.
I don't think it would get to me.
No.
Like what you said, you would have.
Who cares?
You would have just taken that shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
People never heard of soap.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're saying people are grossed out by doing it. Oh, you gotta change the diaper. Yeah. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
People just don't love their kids anymore. To be honest.
I know.
People don't love their kids.
I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy how when I was working at this company, how that guy I was talking about before, the emasculation guy, he would talk and other people would talk about, oh, when is school going to start again? You ever hear parents say that? Like, I have to see my freaking kid every night of my life? What?
Yeah.
And now, no more school, summer vacation. I have to take them to camp. I have to, and if they don't have camp, I have to stay home with them.
Camp
and play with them.
Camp is grotesque.
Yeah.
Let your kid hang outside with his friends.
Yeah.
Don't ship him off to camp the moment he has a few months of free time.
Free time, we're gonna get rid of that.
Yeah, right.
Like, dude, people are like, oh, dude, I need a break from the kids, dude. You know what? It's like, I feel like our moms are like, I feel like a parent in like, you ever think anyone got tired of fucking looking after their kid? You know what I mean? Parents used to love hanging out with their kids.
I know.
And grandparents too. Now all the grandparents are dead because they're making them stand all the time.
Shouts to Ali and his mom. she used to run a daycare, and they said there would be parents, because the daycare would close at 5, the parents would be out of work at like 2, and then just not come get their kid until 5.
Insane. Yes.
Yeah.
I know people that take days off from work, and they bring their
bring their kid to daycare.
They still bring their kid to daycare.
Awful.
You're
going to regret that when they're older.
Yeah. Child raising changes you, CC says. Whatever you thought was gross before becomes absolutely not gross at all. I think rich people should never procreate.
Does CC have kids?
Do you have a kid, CC? I have a daughter. It was debunked. What if they suck? Well, that's your fault, dude. Okay. What if they suck? You mean what if the kid sucks? Like if your kid is annoying, you can like fix it, dude. That's why you gotta spend time.
I do think about that. 'Cause you remember we were talking about there's some
Kick
people.
them out.
There's some people who are just insufferable and they don't understand that they are. Like they're just very uncomfortable to be around.
Sure.
And it's not malicious. They're not bad. They're just they suck.
Absolutely.
Imagine being like someone like that's parent.
But
do you think their parent is also insufferable, or do you think their parent is just like, dude, like?
I think it could be they're either insufferable as well, or two, they like
enable it.
They enable it, and you can passively enable it and actively enable it. Like you can passively enable it by just being like, "Oh, I don't give an F," or passively by just being like, "I'm not capable of helping my kid." Like,
or just being like, "That's who you are. Be yourself."
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Cece used to be a nanny for real. Wow. You have to come on the show and tell us about it. They're either insufferable or they don't pay attention to their kid. Madroga, I like the just nah. The kid sucks. Get him out of here. Oh man. I think that's why I like to think I'm like, if I had a kid, they wouldn't turn out that way. I wouldn't let them.
But what would you do?
I think
I'd try to catch it early, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe they.
I feel like I would try to. I would. Once your kid sucks, it's too late. Can't fix it. Madruga said. Cece said, "Was it? Yes, she was a nanny. It was a 3-year-old and a newborn. Get a new one. That's the thing. Like." That's pretty funny. Get a new one.
If that's what Madrone's theory is, my dad had 4 kids after me. No, 3 kids after me. So he was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Still not getting it.
Hannibal Buress used to have a bit where he was like, if I ever had triplets, I would only keep the second 2, you know? One, because it's a little too many kids, and it's like, how do you decide? Like, I don't want 3 kids.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick which 2, I'd pick the second 2. He's like, because I'm the type of person, you know, the gas station, I never like to pick the newspaper that's on top. You know? It just seems like it has something on it.
You mean the second that came out, the 2 that came out of the wife?
Last.
So yeah, the first one you just throw out.
The first one he's throwing out because he's saying it's like when you pick up something at the grocery. You know, you never take the first thing on the shelf. You always grab the second thing. It just feels like it has something on it.
I do think I think we should. I think it's kind of unfair.
The buffer kid.
We should like create something and put it in human genetics where you can't birth more than 1 kid at a time. Can you imagine you really want a kid and then you find out you're having 2 or 3? Yeah. That's so unfair. We expect him to just put up with it. If I wanted one of anything,
we wouldn't have Elvis.
That's what happened with me with my couches. I wanted 1. And now I have 2, and my life is miserable.
But that wasn't out of anyone's control.
That's true. People just kept offering me couches.
It was the furthest thing from a biological event. It was a free...
It was inevitable.
Hey, in your situation, I would have taken him too.
Thank you.
But I said, but if nobody had twins anymore, we would never have another Elvis.
Oh, that's true.
Because Elvis was strong enough for 2 boys.
But Elvis did the right thing.
Elvis did do the right thing.
Cut that shit out.
Yeah, that's true. We have 2 awesome couches, Cece said. Hell yeah.
One of them's a prop at this point.
You know what's crazy is my downstairs, I have 3 couches now.
I know, and it looks great.
It looks great. You're like, I love it. You should just get a 3rd.
That's All right. Yeah.
Imagine I give you one of mine and that room falls to shit and your apartment becomes like this awesome.
We're at 2 hours.
Killed it. How do you feel? Hot dog wise.
I will handle that off camera.
You will handle that, okay. Well, I think...
But I'm stable, if that's what you're
stable,
asking.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I think we reached our run time.
Yeah.
For this week, I think we're going to call it there. We're going to turn the AC up.
Please.
We're going to turn the AC up.
I got the hot dog sweats.
We're going to get rid of the hot dog sweats. Yeah, we need to take care of this.
This is it, by the way. This is my last big meal. It's diet from here on out.
Diet.
12 hot dogs, a taco, and 4 beers was my last meal.
You know, it'd be really funny if it's like a guy who considers food eating contest cheat day stuff. So he's like, I'm constantly dieting, but every day he's like, oh, I'm doing like a fried rice and ice cream sundae contest.
And also, if my standard for a day is 12 hot dogs, a taco, and 4 beers, I'm like doing really good if I only have 5 hot dogs.
That was lunch.
Yeah.
That was one. You haven't even had to. But yeah, I think we're going to call it here. Everybody, thank you so much for coming through. Cecilia, I really appreciate the resub and all your insight in chat. Thank you very much. You're a legend. That goes for the rest of you as well. Nightwing, Miss Rune, Madrogo. Madrogo, thank you for coming on. Always being a legend for the chat. Nightwing, Madrogo, Cece, Miss Rune, the GOAT.
Tony, stop by.
Anthony, I'm not going to dox him. Tony, stop by. Mokuba, you're here. We saw you. You're here. Later, y'all. Later, Miss Rune. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good night.